Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm not doing this. I thought about this last night. I thought about this a lot. And I'm not going to say I'm never going to do it, but I just could not fully reconcile this. I couldn't get my head around wanting to do this, especially when I started running into a case like this. Again, it's not that this is wrong. It's not that I shouldn't ever do this, but if I end up doing this, I know what it will take. And either I decide to do this, go down this route, or I take away a disposable from the rock repository. And then I just don't do either one. You have to call verify on both, or you call dispose. Again, the majority of the cases, you will see that they will pass. I mean, that's the whole point of using this in a testing framework. But if you come into a situation like what I've got highlighted here, the problem with iDisposable is in the finally block, you call dispose. That's what's generated in that using statement. Well, you shouldn't throw an exception in a finally block. So if dispose calls verify and then verify throws an exception, it can actually mask what's happening in between. So yeah, here I would catch that because I would do this assertion, but then this would also throw this. What would happen in, I would say, the real world is you would just be calling this, which would cause the expectation exception, but then that would cause the finally block to the code within the finally block to run, which is calling dispose, which would end up making this exception happen. And that may be slightly confusing. That's why I'm also thinking about ripping out dispose. I mean, as much as if there's one thing in .NET that it seems odd, but I've said it before, I would love to redesign iDisposable and have this concept of something that's scoped. And when you fall out of the scope, it calls a method. And it doesn't even have to be in a try finally. It can just be something that the code would be smart enough, the compiler would be smart enough to know to put it at the end. There's all the edge cases in the world and everything else like that. But it's kind of like a defer in a way. Defer calling this until we're done with the method or the scope that it's in. And you could, instead of having an interface, you could have a well-known method that you call, or you mark the type as scoped or something. I don't know. But in any event, I'm going to get rid of this. So through the magic of branches, we'll just commit this. And we'll just say 224 committing to forget. There. Okay, so, and we don't even need to push it remotely because we're going to now just come in here. We're going to switch to the main. We're going to check that out. And then we're going to come over here and we're just going to delete this one. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. All right. So that's done. Let's forget that ever happened. So I also went through this morning and I looked at my milestones with 7.2 and I cleaned it up a little bit to go, this is really what I want to focus on for the remainder of 7.2 because I do have some bug fixes in it. I do want to get it out. If I do this one, which is a big one, that's mostly just work of adding a package, running it, and then seeing if it broke anything or not. But as I've seen before, doing that can show some interesting errors. I also I have VS Live coming up, and a couple things hit last night that I went, oh crap, I really got to update some things and I got to get some things done. And I have to say that's got to be my focus. So I'm going to do one or maybe two more recordings. Most of this should be pretty simple. This one, diagnostics, this one should be simple. This one is a lot of work. This one I've done before with the pointer argument. So I think I've got all the code here for this to happen. I think what derailed me when I tried this is, yeah, unmanaged function pointers. What I did originally was I was just looking for anything that's a pointer. What I need to do is actually make this so that only does this for pointers, not function pointers as well. Function pointers still will need a generated type for this to happen. But I still want to do this because I think this could also, if I come back to issues here, there's something with reflect types. And I think in some cases with reflect types, such as spans, I think I can actually create some span arguments and stuff like that that will cover most of the cases that end up happening with reflect types. So this, I think, lays a little bit of a, not a foundation, but a pattern to follow, so to speak. And again, this is just to reduce the amount of code that I have to generate. The amount of times I'm going to find something that declares a unmanaged function pointer in an interface to mock is going to be minuscule, very, very small. The number of pointers is also going to be small, but having the ability just to say, oh, it's a pointer argument of t, of int pointer, is going to be just cleaner. It's less code. And then I think I can do the same thing with reflect types. But we're not going to do that right now. What we're going to do is something simpler. Let's go back to our milestones and go to 7.2. And let's do ensure all diagnostics are up to date. This is simple. Okay. So let's come over here. Let's do get new branch, do 72, update diagnostic usage, create. And this also means I've got to remove docs if something isn't used. This is basically just a bunch of searching. So cannot mock obsolete type diagnostic, I'm almost positive, is being used in a bunch of spots. Yeah. It's done there. The key I got to notice is that it can't just be used within the type itself. It's got to be used somewhere else. Okay. That one I know. Well, I guess I should be thorough. Let's be thorough. Let's make sure that we're actually, yes, we are. That's the whole point of this, just to spend a little bit of time cleaning things up. Can't mock special types. I forget what a special type is, but we can't do this either. We can't mock things that have open generic parameters. Okay. Duplicate constructor diagnostic. Yep, we use that. Interface of static abstract members diagnostic. I know we do that. Member uses obsolete type diagnostic. This one might have gone away or not. Oh, that's right. Okay, I just did all this work. This is, it uses it, and we can't do that. If the member is itself marked as obsolete, we don't care about that. Which is interesting, because didn't I just have cannot mock obsolete type diagnostic? Wait, this is interesting. If attributes any, oh, that's under, okay, never mind. Yes, this is true. We cannot mock an obsolete type. Member uses, that's right. We no longer have member is obsolete. I think I deleted that one. Cannot mock special types. Genericist. Member uses, no constructor. Type has matched. Type mock, yeah. So there's one in here that we removed, and I don't remember which one. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Rock 10, member is obsolete. We no longer have that. So that one can go. Bye-bye. And I'm not going to shift numbers around. I actually noticed some people, even C# itself does this, where they have like 4 numbers for all the errors and warnings that they find. And I'm like, don't do that. I just rock 5, rock 10. You should have just had CS1, CS2. And then I know it makes it arguably look a little bit easier to read, but then you could have done CS underscore, whatever. I don't know. I increase the number by 1 every time I run into one. So that means we actually have 11. So we have, let's see, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why is there this and this? I would love to be able to say open with. Let's see. I don't even care if I have an interface that has text internal method cannot be mocked. So yeah, in this case, that's true. That's the right documentation. Why in the world I have this here? I have no idea. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is actually 11, right? Oh, that's okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where's the 12th one coming? You know what? Hold on. Let me keep going. What I thought would be simple is not simple at all. Actually, I should just be looking at the create and see who calls that. Yes, that one's fine. No constructor diagnostics. Oh, I never made a document for this. Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on. Mock model. I think I made this and then realized I was already doing it. And I was like, there's no reason to. There's somewhere down here. I do something with the constructors. So I do this. So I have duplicates. And then I say, yeah, down here. If it's a class, type has no accessible constructors diagnostic. Yes. So this no constructors diagnostic is not even needed. Just go away. There we go. Okay. This is simple, but I needed to do this because I knew I had done some work recently where I'm like, I think I inadvertently made a type or I deleted a type, and I just want to make sure that I no longer have any of these around. Yep. And the last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down, start up again, run all the tests. I'm not going to run the cogen tests because that has nothing to do with the diagnostics that I reported. So, and when I'm recording, it takes a long time for those to run just because of everything that my laptop's doing, even if I pause it. So I'll do that and then I'll come back. I should expect that all of these, let me just do a quick build. Make sure that everything should work because I only deleted one class that wasn't even being used anywhere. Okay, it all built. So I'll come back when I confirm that all the tests pass. Okay, everything passed. So as expected. So this was an easy one. I will commit all this stuff. I'm going to probably do the next episode where I'm going to come in and let's see. I think the only things that are left from this milestone after I close this one out will be this one's easy. Pointer arguments will take a little bit of time. And this one's just going to be what's the result of adding all them? Are there any bugs that I now have to fix? Are any severe enough that I think I'd want to put them in 720 or not? But I really got to start spending time on getting my ducks in a row for VS Live in Orlando. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.